Hey guys, I couldn't wait. I just, took care of the family festivities. That's all done. It was fun. Got more later this week. I couldn't wait. I was thinking about this most of the time, and I had to continue because we left off at a really vital moment when the group of mysterious 8 individuals on horseback were coming right at us. The entire town is, at least where we are, where Reece is experiencing the event unfold, is on fire. It is complete. It's completely off the wall right now. So people are running around screaming. There is this mysterious pack of individuals coming towards us. Jargus, our boss, the owner of the tavern, is crying. He is witnessing his life treasure being burnt to the ground, and we are playing hero at the moment. But as I mentioned at the last vital moment, Reece had his hand on his little dagger on the back of his belt. But he then recalled, shit, I gotta check on Abagail. So even though the 8 mysterious horseback riders are approaching at a fairly, they're fairly far in the distance. It's easy to see them. He checks on Jargus. Uh, he kind of leans down. He's like, Jargus, I need to go check on my wife, or check on my girl, on Abagail. You need to hunt. You need to run. You need to get out of here. And so Jargus, again, he's upset. He's crying tears out, which is surprising because he's a big dude. Maybe just this is again his life's work. Let's roll to see if we can motivate him, persuade him to get the hell out of there. Because again, he's probably these 8 are probably bad people, and they're going to kill him. They're going to kill everybody, unfortunately, in the area. They're here obviously not for good reasons. So let's roll for heart. Because this is a friend, this is our boss. We know this guy. I'm guessing Reece knows him pretty well. I can say he does. Probably had known him. Oh yeah, known him for a few years. But again, we worked here for some time. We're going to give a +2 modifier on this, so it's more of an opportunity to persuade him to get the hell out of here. So we get to roll 12 or more, 12 or less to persuade him. Not so good. 12, so 665. That's a fail. So that's almost a fumble, which would have been a step back down on our focus scale, our focus. So he shakes his head, says, I can't go. I can't go. I, it's over. My life's over. And we're trying to, pull him away. Like, we have to come with us. We're trying to get out of here. He's like, no, let go of me. Go check on her. Go check on your girl. And so we can hear the horseback coming closer. Reece knows he's outnumbered. He cannot put a fight even against that one guy in the front who has a full set of knight armor. So he hesitates, looks quickly back at the burning, the burning tavern, not the burnt locket at this point, and then he leaves. He looks back as he runs, and Jargus is like praying to the gods, like why? And so Reece is going to be running uh, back home, and this is the point where I'll have to note this. Left Jargus. I'm surprised I'm not slipping up and saying Jarvis at this point. I just realized the similarities there. We left Jargus. Now we need to check on Abagail. So this is not a solo journaling, but I obviously make notes for very important moments. Okay, the big question. How far do we live away from all of this mayhem that's unfolding? Let's do a question for the Oracle. So the Oracle I like to use is the usual D100, where I pitch a percentage and then roll at or below it's a yes. based on likelihood, based on a probability modifier, which is the fluctuating. 50% is typically a unknown situation. So how far do we leave? I think we were, you know what? We were, I was conceptualizing on where exactly did Reese and Abagail live together. I don't recall if I was joking on, or not joking, if I was discussing this with you guys on camera or thinking about it off, off camera. If they lived behind, connected to the actual tavern, but then I realized no. If I'm correcting myself, that's fine too. But we know that Jargus lived in a connecting house. So if I'm stepping on my own feet here, I'm going to change it to where Reese lives out in the sub. Well, Reese lives away somewhere else. 75% chance we live out in the outlining areas of the town of Evermore, Greymore. So 75% chance or less. One. I rolled a solid one. We live so far out there, but not only that, it takes us some time to get back there. And let's say that this house right here is ours, just because it's right there on the front of the picture behind Reese's picture. Let me remove Reese's picture just so you guys can see it. This little cozy little cabin right here is ours. Not ours, Reese. I'm going to be saying ours, we, a lot. I have a tendency to do that when I role play. But that's his cabin. So he's running up the hill. Now, the other question. It's a yes. Not only that, the strong yes, meaning that 10% or less, it's way out there. It's not like, a quarter mile. It's definitely more longer than a mile. Is the house on fire? We were going south. Oh, well, we're going southwest, let's just say. It's definitely not north. Reese is thinking, well, those those individuals on the horseback, they rode in from the south. Does that mean they stopped by? Did they burn his house down? Because of that, is Reese's house burnt down or on fire at the moment? 60% chance or less. Okay. You know what? 90. A solid 90. It's not. Was I hoping? No. But I was thinking most likely, or likely it was. Okay, so got lucky. He sees that some homes are torched, but not in his immediate area, not in his little neighborhood where we are now. I feel like I'm standing on the path. Like I'm just standing here. Hi, welcome. May I show you to our it's like this perfect. It looks like especially the angle I'm recording in. So he is relieved, but he's also extremely worried. So he walks up to the front door. And is the front door unlocked? I feel like rolling for again. I'm gonna say, or is the front door locked like it usually would be? 90% chance. It is. A solid one. Okay. So he's thinking either she's home, but it does Abigail usually leave the front door open, especially when she's home in such a peaceful area? I don't think so. It's mid-morning, like I said, it's not exactly that late in the day. So I'm going to circle that because I will have the tendency to forget the time of day. Not the exact time, like PM, AM, PM, but like the actual general time, the general moment in the day. So he runs up to the door and grabs his key. He grabs the handle, knows it's locked as expected. He opens it up, opens the door. He runs in. He shouts Abigail's name. Abigail, Abigail, are you home? Where are you? This is a question for the Oracle. I don't think this is just up to the guide. This has to be the Oracle. Is Abigail home? You know what? We haven't really established anything if she was going to go out in the markets, go shopping, look for, get some food. We really didn't establish that. So 50% chance she is home. 29. Okay, she's home. 29% is right in the middle of the road. She's probably going to be upstairs reading a book. So she shouts yes. What's wrong? We go upstairs because it's a two-story. Reese goes upstairs. I keep saying we. Reese goes upstairs. She's on a she's at her table. She's just maybe she's writing something. She's writing a journal or a parchment. She stands up. She's dressed in her um, casual clothes, casual commoner clothes. Reese hugs her. He says, "Oh, thank the gods! The town is under attack. We need to leave right away." So she's like, "Oh no, what's happening? What'd you see?" And Reese basically details what he experienced. He says the tavern's been burnt. Jargus didn't want to come. I saw a group of hooded individuals on horseback firing, arrows. And while he's talking, he hears the sound of one horse approaching quick. So no roll required. The windows are open. It's a nice day. It's super pleasant weather. He suddenly freezes, and she says, "What's that? Who's that?" Reese says, "Stay right here. Hide in the closet. Grab something. I'll go see." And so he goes across the hall. He goes to the adjacent room. And he looks at the window. Should we roll for this, or should we just say who it is? It's one of the mystery men that obviously are attacking the town. Though at they're not like specifically, outside Reese's door. They're in the trail in this middle region looking around, and they have a torch. Oh no, not a torch. They have their arrow, and they're looking around for someone. Reese closes the shades, the curtains. He's thinking to himself, "What's going on out there? Who's that? Is he looking for me? Maybe he saw me run." So let's ask the Oracle now. Did this one horseback rider from this gang, we don't know who they are yet. I have an idea, I know the name, but I will let it be from the perspective of Reese in a moment. Reese is concerned if most likely to Reese's experience as a hunter, just general maybe as a practice, that they probably saw him flee in this direction. And the boss, the boss man of the group, sent one of his minions to follow, and Reese was just too quick or had a head start. So the Oracle question the Oracle. Is this horseback rider, this not a bandit necessarily, but is this mystery man looking for Reese? I'm going to say it's likely. So 75% chance, 86% chance, or 86, which is a no. That's a general no. That's not an immediate no, or that's not a strong no. He's not looking for Reese specifically. Perhaps he's looking for something else, or he's looking for someone else. We don't know the entire reasoning for the group who are attacking town, why they're there, what they're doing, who they're looking for, what they're looking for. We don't know the purpose of all that. We are bound to the perspective of Reese, and we'll keep it that way because it makes the tensions even greater, especially for me. And I hope you guys are enjoying this too. So Reese briskly walks back to Abagail. She's standing there and she's not crying. She's just breathing heavily. She's like, what's going on? You look flustered. And Reese is like, I just one of those bastards is outside, and I don't know if I don't know if he's looking for me. I don't know if he saw me, but he's further down the trail. He's looking around for someone for something. I don't know. She's like, well, let's just stay here. Lock the door. So Reese agrees. He's like, okay, just again, stay upstairs. I'll get my stuff. I'll get a weapon. We'll stay right here for now. So okay, because again, Abigail is his life. He doesn't want to risk anything. Doesn't want to confront the enemy at this moment. He's brave, but he doesn't want to risk his again goal, which is to start a family with Abigail, and she's right there. So he goes downstairs. He walks up to the front door, and he locks it. Probably should have locked it on the way up. I forgot that, but he locks it the other way. He peeks through the corner. He peeks. There's a window next to the door. He kind of peeks through the shade as he has his hand on his dagger, but he knows dagger probably won't be enough. Is the horseback right? Is the guy still there? That's the question. I'm going to say 50% chance. 25. He's still there. That's right in the middle of the road. But he's a little further down. If that was a strong yes, like 10 to less, that guy would have been right at the front door, or at least approaching to the house. So he's looking around. He's actually going to this side of the trail. He's walking up, and there's nobody around. I'd say probably most of the people that live in this area were back in the market, mid-morning, buying food, buying goods, services, etc. I mean, a lot of these people work in the midtown market. So Abigail was obviously maybe she um, works. She does some work at home, etc. So Reese is confident right now. He's okay. This guy's distracted. I need to get my weapon. Reese probably wants to fight back. He just witnessed his work get destroyed. He's been there for years, probably has enjoyed it. That's his second home. And now there's an enemy outside willingly threatening the town. Doesn't know exactly why, what's going on, but again, they're a threat. Does, oh, you know what? I know for a fact that uh, Reese has a bow and arrow. If he's a hunter, if he spends his weekends, up on the hillside hunting for food or whatever he does, hunting in general, just that's the generic stereotype I'm applying here. He hunts, fishes, whatever he does some RuneScape activities on the side. Great. Most likely has a bow and arrow. So he goes to his cupboard, opens up the door, and there's a nice bow, a long bow. We'll give that to him. Remember my game rules, I can only have up to 10 items. So far, that's a mechanic I might update, increase depending on your strength modifier. Maybe like, here's what I was thinking. Little sidestep, little segue. For Vigor, strength, durability, etc. You can have up to 10 items plus half of your Vigor. Round it up. So my Vigor is 6, which means 3. So 10 plus 3 items. You would have to use the backside, but that's obviously simple. I'll probably consider that in the future or after this video. Like I said, this is entirely a playtest. As fun as it is, I have to playtest my system before I release it to, you guys to try it yourselves. So we'll give him a longbow, which is a +2 on our die roll. Because now we have base damage. Weapons don't have a damage die. The character sheet has base damage based on your vigor. So +2. I don't track ammo. I don't track arrows. Not gonna worry about that. Maybe he's gonna grab his armor. He had on some robes, or he had on his uniform. So now he grabs his rusty armor, which is a +1. We've always had that on there. I just forgot to not include it when he's working. And probably wears a cape. I'll let the cape give him a +2. So it's a hunting cape or a hunter's scarf. Like that would help, but he grabs it. Maybe it's his father's who passed away some time ago. That'll give him a +1. So now his armor is up to 2. So I'm making that adjustment right now for you guys. So his armor, he's getting prepared. Okay. He grabs arrows, just Again, I don't track them. I'm just assuming he has arrows with them. He goes back upstairs. Abigail is sitting um, on her bed. She looks at as Reese enters. Reese says, "Okay, stay here. I'm gonna perch up. I'm gonna perch on the roof. Get a better look at what's going on." And Abigail, she nods. She's okay. Be careful. So Reese will take a passage up. There's access to the attic. He takes the stairs up, pulls down the stairs, climbs up, and there's a little nook, like some windows. He's going to look through the window. Maybe the windows were partially open. He's going to look through. Another question for the Oracle. Is that guy still out there? Is he, I'm going to say 80% chance. Ooh, okay, 65. He is, but he's a little further down now. So, because it was closer to no. He's a little further down. Let's just say he's going back down the trail. Couldn't find anybody. Maybe, I don't know if he's doing door-to-door sales. Like, hi there, are you looking for death? It's like, I don't know if he's looking for someone or he gave up or he got called back. Whatever the reason is, he is going back inland, back to the town. And Reese has his bow and arrow literally ready. He has it drawn, and then he lowers it. He hesitates because he doesn't know if he can shoot from this distance. He probably could because Dilly's 15. He's a talented um, a talented archer, but he doesn't want to garner attention here. So he lowers his bow. The guy is going back. So let's do this. Let me update my notes. She's okay. There's one guy followed, now is leaving back to town. So I think Reese is going to formulate the plan to go rescue Jargus. He has a decent weapon, but he needs more. He goes back downstairs. Um, Abigail's kind of pacing. She's nervous. He calms her down and, look, you need to stay here. How's our food supply? He asked her. She says, oh, we have at least a few weeks worth of food. We're good. Or not a few weeks, I'm sorry. A few days worth of food. We're good. He's like, okay, I'll, we'll deal with that later. But he's like, I have to go get Jargus. Maybe Jargus is, oh, you know what? Here's the thing. Is Jargus a relative? I think he's Reese's uncle. I really do think. Like, he was worried about him. He did leave him because, again, he had to check on priority, and that's Abigail. But is this our Reese's uncle? 90% chance. I'm gonna give this a high percentage. Five. Oh yeah, that's his uncle. Okay, so we have a connection here. Uh, uncle. Uncle. Perfect. Okay. Okay, that's good. So he has a reason to go back in town and save uh, Jargus. So he tells Abigail, says, well, "What about Uncle Jargus? Do you think he's a fine?" And Reese says, I don't know. I gotta go back. I can't just leave him there. Knowing him, he probably fled or he probably is hiding somewhere. So he's a big guy. He could probably put up a fight, but against 8 or 7 at this moment, probably not likely. The town probably is not going to revolt. They are scatterbrained, running around their heads cut off, literally, probably. Hopefully not. But again, so he's going to grab a few more rations from the pantry in the kitchen. He grabs 3 days, just some food in case he gets pushed away somewhere else, wherever, whatever he's planning on doing. He grabs he has a scarf and grab a cap. Yes, I'm going to give this to him. He'll have a another piece of armor. So now he has 3 armor. That'll give him a cover. Okay. Now what I'm thinking, you know what? This game, it's obvious. I was hesitant for a second, but in this game, enemies do have a damage die. That's obvious. I was thinking too much about it. So he also needs a better weapon, like a melee weapon. Dagger, probably not going to do it. So he puts the dagger away and he grabs a, let's say, short sword. Okay, so short sword will be a +2. Okay, +2. So now, whichever weapon he uses, they both are +2. Longbow for distance, short sword for close combat. Okay, she's at the top of the stairs before he leaves. He's gonna go out the back, just in case the guy is still outside. And she says, "Be careful." He says, "I will." He says, "I love you. Just stay here. I'll be back. I promise." Goes out the back door. He locks up the back door, and he's standing behind the back side of the cabin right here. Okay, so he's looking around. He can hear screams and the fires are burning the town. It is dark. The clouds are getting the smoke is getting thicker, while the outskirts remains unharmed to an extent. Maybe this building right here, maybe one of these buildings is on fire. Who knows? Uh, I should I should say I know, but you know what? There's nothing going on right here. So Reese is going to stay on the edge. He knows this town. This is his town. He's lived there his whole life. This is where he was born. His birthplace is Graymore, so he has advantage for a sneak. So can he get from point A, which is the house, to back to town, point B, at least on the outskirts of town, not where we are, but closer inland to the downtown market, without really getting into the heart of the market? So this would be a 3d6 roll with advantage. I'll do +1 because 16 is pretty good. Oh, you know what? I forgot. This is our skill. I forgot to do that. This gives us a additional 40, and I choose a 3 of the best. So we'll use the cut for this one. Okay, so 16 or less, 3 of the best result. Okay, so good thing I did that because I have 6, 3, 5. I'm sorry, 3, 5, 1. So that gives us a 6, 7, 8, 9. We are successfully able to get back into town without being seen due to our stealth. So we're back in town, sneaking, looking for Jargus, looking for Jargus, Uncle Jargus, I should say. All right, that's going to be it for this episode. This one was pretty exciting. We didn't have an encounter yet, but which I'm really curious how that'll work out. But we're dealing with a big group here. I will give you some foreshadowing. These guys go from town to town. I don't want to give away. Okay, I have an idea for who they are. I can tell you the names. Death Stalkers. That's based on a Mystery Science Theater episode, literally called Death Stalkers. Just by the name alone, you can probably know what they do, but I'm gonna leave it at that. So I'll write down the name of the group, who they are. I love that name. The movie is terrible. Mystery Science Theater is my favorite show of all time, but I do love the name Death Stalkers. So that's it for now. We have a name for the adversary, but we don't know what they're doing there, why they're there, who they're looking for, and what's going to happen. But Reese is back, just about to get back in town stealthily, as he used probably a side trail that no one knew about, besides him and probably a few others. So that's it for the episode 2, I believe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.